Good afternoon, students. This is Dr. Welcome to class 8 biology class. I have discussed the abiotic components and abiotic components, different types of components I have discussed. Now, the interaction between the biotic components and abiotic component. Interaction. The abiotic components means these are the non-living things like soil, light, water, all including in abiotic components. But biotic components are the producer, consumer, decomposers, all are the biotic components. Actually, the interaction, all the components are interact each other, all the biotic components are interact with each other. Okay, how it is interaction? Now let's discuss. The biotic components which are the producer, consumer, decomposer along with the abiotic environment depend on another. Actually, all are the depend on another, depends on the biotic components, depends on the abiotic components. Okay, and also the consumer, producer, decomposer, all are the dependent each other. How it is actually the abiotic components and the nutrients supply to the producer. Producer means producer means green plant or the autotrophic. They can produce their own food. This is called the producer. Producer prepare for food for the consumer. After the producer, this consumer eat the producers, and when the producer and the consumer die, they actually decompose into simple substances by the decomposer. These are put back into the soil, air and water. How is interaction? First one, the abiotic component supply the nutrient to the biotic component to the producer. Producer, through which the producer can make their own food, prepare their own food and prepare food for the consumer. After that, producer and consumer will die, then back into the mixed with the soil and transform into simple substances. They again actually put again back into soil, air and water, and nutrients again absorbed by producer. This cycle is repeated again and again. This is the interaction between the biotic components and abiotic components. Okay, biotic and abiotic components. After that, what is the food chain? Food chain means living things are depend on each other for the survival. The deer eat grass, lion eat deer. This sequence of eating and being eaten result in a chain is called food chains. Here one food chain is given, actually the producer. The consumer eat the producer, after that a chain is formed. Suppose the deer eat the grass. Okay, after that the tiger eat the grass, eat the deer. This system is wrong, is formed, and this way the energy is level. Energy first one is the producer, then the consumer. This is a primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer. Okay, after that decomposer. The first one examples I am writing and giving in your book is examples. Grass, grasshopper, frog, snake. Here, okay, this first grasshopper, frog and snake. This one the food chain. Food chain is the grass is the producer. Here is the producer. The grasshopper eat the grass. The energy is transformed from grass to grasshopper. Okay, after that frog eat the grasshopper, then energy again transformed to frog, the snake eat the frog. Okay, then from the energy is formed from frog to snake. Energy is actually the unidirectional. It from first one, grass is the producer, grasshopper is a consumer. After that, it is the primary consumer, secondary consumer, and the tertiary consumer. Okay, this one is the food chains. And food chain is different and different environment, different habitat. Aquatic food chain is different, terrestrial food chain is different. All the different food chains there in the ecosystems. and the flow of energy in the food chain is always unidirectional, means to grass to grasshopper, grass frog to snake. And these are different habitat have the different food chains. Aquatic food chains, in aquatic food chain the weeds are in water are eaten by small fish. Is the water eaten by the weeds. Weeds means plants, small plants are eaten by the small fish. Then the big fish are eaten by the small fish are eaten by big fish, or the fish are eaten by human also. Okay, these are the other animals also, and these are the aquatic food chain. All these things is called aquatic food chain. But terrestrial food chain. Now terrestrial food chain is actually the different. Okay, and the food chain here the total different. This is the terrestrial food chains and terrestrial food chain. What is this terrestrial food chains? The terrestrial food chain, the plants are eaten by the rabbits in turn eaten by snakes are eaten by eagles. This one is the food chain. In ecosystem, several food chains are formed, and these food chains are interconnected each other. These are called the food wave. Okay, these are called food wave. These food chains, many food chains are there, several food chains are there. These food chains are connected each other and to form a food wave. Food wave means the food waves here given one example also. The green plants are eaten by goats, and the goats are eaten by jackals are eaten by lion. That means not only goats are eaten by actually the plants, also rabbits is eaten by the plants. The plant is eaten by rabbit, and rabbit also eaten by the wild cat or the jackals, all these things. Okay, this one is the totally different. They are the interconnected each others. And a lion does not depend only for the deer for his food. Lion does not depend only for deer. They also, it can be eat many other animals such as rabbit, buffalo, birds, all these things. Actually, the many favorite food chains is there. They are connected each other. These are called the food wave. Okay, food chains and food wave. This is the different things. They are connected each other. The wave means a net-like structure. This is the wave. Today given examples also given in your book. These are very much important for this way that interconnected each other and the interaction between the biotic components and abiotic components. Okay.